birthday, Mickey. It's me and Roxy holding it down for y'all today, and we got a special guest who's going to help us hold down the show because we missing some of the plans. And we have Miss Sai here. Say hi to him, Sai.
Hey, how are you?
So we missed y'all last week because we didn't do it because it was the President's Day.
It was President's Day. We were celebrating our presidents.
Yeah, the black one. We celebrating
our presidents.
We celebrating the black one.
Except one.
Not 40. We still on 44, so I'm concerned.
Yep, 44 presidents.
And then when we get to 46, he gonna be 45.
Yep.
We gonna forget this one.
Yep.
We're gonna have to. Anyway,
so,
it's already forgotten.
So we want to talk to y'all this week. We're going to start this week off with the business segment. Business segment. I need my pitch today. The business segment because that is what Miss Sai is into. She is a up and coming local stylist who's making moves. So we wanted to talk about entrepreneurship. Networking in Baltimore and the gender biases of entrepreneurship and everything like that. So, Sai, tell me a little bit about what you're doing and what you're trying to build.
Okay, so I'm a wardrobe stylist, and basically what I do, I dress people. Networking in Baltimore, I would really like to say that it does depend on your personality. I mean, on your, what is the word I'm looking for?
Demeanor?
No, your popularity.
Unfortunately, it is a popularity
that
contest.
Is a very big factor of how popular you are, and most of these people are so stuck up. They're very big-headed, and they feel like they don't want to help you get to the next level. I honestly think that in the community, we need more people that want to help. You didn't get there by yourself, and you have to open up doors to take your people to where you are. Mm-hmm. So, I've been reaching out, and this has been consistent. Nothing happens overnight. I believe in if you want to do something and you have a dream, you have to work towards that every day. No days off. It's not a break. You can't say, oh, hey, it's Monday, and I want to focus on my business, and then you take 4 or 5 days off and then come back at it again Saturday. Like, all right, okay.
Definitely not here.
Yeah, you have to stay persistent. And that's what I would just like to say. One of the reasons why I'm getting so far and making all of these moves, because even when someone tells me no, they might say no today, but your answer is going to change. So the same people, who are not supporting me, I'm not taking it in a negative way. I just know that when it's my time, I can pick and choose who I want to work with.
Mm-hmm. And it is that I see that a lot. Like it very much is a popularity contest. Like it's not based off talent as it should be.
Maybe most definitely it's not. And
maybe that's subjective, anything like that. But as far as like people not wanting to, I always preach this thing about collaboration. Like we could be
so much
bigger than that.
Absolutely. I definitely think that anywhere you're going, it's about collaboration, creating great relationships, making those great connections. You have to stay focused in this industry.
And that's extra hard here. It's difficult here. Like I made more connections in Atlanta in 1 month than I've done here in like my whole time.
I went to New York this weekend and I met a photographer, great guy, the Cam Champ. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. I gave him some business cards and he was like, people in New York, the stylists up here, they don't want to work for free. You get what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with working towards my goals. I know you have to crawl before you walk. That's what they need.
Now that might be a good point that nobody talks about a lot. Like real entrepreneurs, and I would consider myself one, it's like most people, real entrepreneurs know that a lot of the early years, there is no profit. There's no payment.
And I understand
there is no like you grinding it out. Sometimes
you have to stay down until you come up. That saying is 150% true. Mm-hmm. Nothing is going to come to you. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to want it. You know how some doctors wake up and it's like, well, how many lives am I going to save today, or what can I do to save a person's life? I get up and it's like, well, what bag am I wearing? With what shoes? What jacket? Like that's what excites me. So you know, we look and we sit back and thinking about these celebrities. I want to just be like Cardi B or P. Diddy or Jay-Z. If you got the same 24 hours that they do, if you put the time in, you put the grind in, and you get work to what you want, nothing is going to come to you, period.
Well, maybe it's like most people don't want to give up control, and I see this a lot in Baltimore. Like, people don't want to collaborate with other people because they would rather have 100% of a $5,000 business than 20% of a $100,000 business.
Which makes no sense.
Which makes no sense because you technically make. I see this all the time. Maybe these stylists, all of them are very talented, but it'd be like multiple salons, and I'm like, if 5 of y'all gave up that whole let me have my own salon with my own name and got together, the amount of income and profit y'all would make in one place
would be ridiculous.
Would be ridiculous because now not 5 of y'all are paying mortgage on a place. Y'all paying to rent the chair. Y'all making
absolutely
more money.
But it's not that kind of thinking here, and it's so sad. I get more support from other cities than I do from my home.
But people get mad when you go to other cities.
And now I'm not saying that I haven't gotten support. Shout out to the Salute Boutique. She has been working with me heavily. Another boutique, she's willing. She hasn't done any pulls. I presented my idea to her, and she said I'm all for it. So it is. I'm not going to say the whole Baltimore as a community. There are some people that are willing to help, and then there are some that are not. But this is what I had to learn. Everybody isn't going to support you, and I'm fine with that. I just know that, okay, if that person tells me no, then maybe that isn't the assignment that God has for me.
Exactly.
And some of us are transition. They can't. I know we all grew up, most of us in the gutter and poverty and all that, and we had to hustle to like survive.
Absolutely.
They can't turn it off. I find it in the business world. It's like everything is like, it's either you gonna have it or I'm gonna have it. We can't have it together. Like, it's always a cutthroat. Either I'm going to eat or you gotta start.
And I really don't want to actually, agree with that, because like me, I didn't come from the county or from the best neighborhood. I grew up in Pleasant View Gardens, and I'm from the hood. I'm hood. You can't change me, but I know when to turn it on and turn it off. I am from the hood, but I do have a government job. You get what I'm saying? So I can still be that professional young lady when I need to be, and I still know how to, get it popping when it's time.
But don't you think that's from your upbringing? Not everybody has a good upbringing.
Definitely.
And they can't, you got to be a chameleon out here. Like, in certain aspects, like in the beginning, you running into different people. You got to speak their language. You got to know their thing and their craft. So some of them can't. It's, I'm going to be hood. I'm going to be me all the time. And sometimes it's not like that. Like, and sometimes you got to get in front of these bankers. You got to get in front of these business people. You have to pitch these ideas, and they don't want to hear that slang y'all talking.
That's true.
And they don't want to hear all that stuff. But I find it interesting. I feel like it's harder for the girl. No, not harder. I feel like it's different for the entrepreneur females in the city than it is the dudes. Like, a lot of y'all have similar fields, but I feel like the cattiness is unnecessary because all of the potential y'all have. Everyone does it different. I can see 100 girls and see 100 different styles.
Absolutely.
So I always find it's easier. Like, when I go to these networking events, there's still some stuff. I see the dudes networking easier than the females are.
Females are okay.
That's because females, and I'll say this because I am a female. When you see another female, some majority don't know how to take someone that's in a, the same position as you or in a position higher than you. For me, it's like a respect thing. Like, hey, one day if I grind that hard, that could be me. But other females, they like, oh, who the fuck she thinks she is? Who is that being? You have to get out of that. Like, it's so annoying. Why do we have to be catty? Why can't we give a compliment on a shoe? Hey, babe, you look gorgeous.
It seems like it's so easy. Like, they'll praise Beyonce or Rihanna and all.
But I think that also comes from upbringing too. A lot of people get treated like that by their own mothers.
Right.
A lot of people have mothers that are jealous of them. And say stuff like that to them.
That's deep. That's deep.
Well, I mean,
so do you find that the dudes are more willing to give you insight or advice than the women?
I will definitely say yes, only because I'm a pretty girl. So that's
that
kinda,
helps.
you get what I'm saying?
That helps.
It does help, but it's kind of like when I ask guys for help, it's automatically like, okay, what do you need?
Do you feel like if you were less attractive, that wouldn't happen as easy?
I won't agree with that. I won't agree with that.
I kind of agree too.
No, I won't agree for that for the simple fact. Maybe, and I know other dudes, like when I give business advice and so I know it's like I'm undiscriminative about it. Whether it's a girl I'm trying to get, a girl I'm not trying to get.
You're going to be straight direct
all the time. So it's like, to me, it's like I have certain knowledge that many in my community don't have. I have finance degree and knowledge that they don't.
Absolutely.
So I've been giving out free advice for years. Like that's why I've been telling people like pretty soon I'm gonna start a consult firm. Y'all don't have to pay me, but for all those years I was giving them that advice. It wasn't because she was just pretty. It was like, yo, if you got an idea, let me give you at least a little bit of advice to like get your structure together and all that. And it wasn't based off who was cute. It was just like, yo, she needed some help.
Yeah, right.
She needed some
help.
help.
I definitely will agree with that. Like, you know, since I've been in this industry, I just hopped in the game maybe in October and got my feet wet. And I will say that I have the majority of my help comes from men.
I wonder if that's a territorial. No, I can't even say it because I know plenty of dudes who collaborate too. Like maybe it's just like I don't know how to explain it because I feel like we could be so much further if we just work together.
Absolutely,
definitely. It just doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, it doesn't. But you know. And this is how it goes. Nobody wants to work with you while you're grinding out, while you're working towards your goal. But as soon as you get on and you're popping, then that's when everybody wants to hop on the bandwagon.
They in the comments, they in the DMs. I see
you
it all the time. It's all
now you in my DMs, now you in my emails. Like,
and that's why I do everything myself. Like I got a degree in public relations. I'm a certified MUA. I'm a lash technician.
Yes, honey. Like you got it all.
I'm a certified bartender. Like I do everything.
The fact that Roxy has never told us that
I've been in music videos.
I do a PR degree.
Okay.
You never brought that up, that you had a PR degree.
Yeah, I do. Public relations.
Yo, that's hot.
Well, see, I went to school. I tried it when I got out of high school, and I realized like it just wasn't for me. I was there for a year, and I was like, what's more important to me is getting a full-time job, stability. I'm thinking about longevity. Right now, you know, school wasn't for me, and then that's when I went to Johns Hopkins. I stayed there for quite a bit, and then I got the job with the post office. But I have given like the post office everything. I've been with them for 5 years, and it's just like I'm getting weary. It's like I can't wait till the day when I can do fashion.
You gotta love what you do.
I love, right, and my passion is with fashion. You know, most people get irritated when they go to the malls or finding something to wear for an event. I'm that chick that goes to the mall and I'm in there for 6 hours and it's just like
6 hours. Jesus.
It doesn't bother me.
I hate shopping so much.
I love it.
But that's a good, like, Sam brings up a good point about there's more than one way to skin a cat. Like, people always think, like, I went to college because I wanted to. But I know plenty of people that I idolize who got where I want to be without degrees. Like,
Absolutely.
I know some people who feel like they need to go to get an MBA. I feel like that's not my, like, I feel like that 1 degree is good for me, and how I'm going to get the rest of the way is just going to be skill. Like, I don't need the rest of it. Like, people always feel like it's this cookie cutter path to it. No, like, you should, everybody always wants to be the next someone. Although, like, I admire people like Diddy, I don't want to be Diddy. I want to be my version of whatever he does in business.
Absolutely.
That's a different path for me. I'm in Baltimore, Diddy from New York. That's a different thing. Like, the way I gotta grind.
No matter how much the South want to compare the two, they way different things.
Right. Like, the way I gotta grind in this city and move is way different than he gotta move in New York.
Yeah, it's
like,
different.
Like, it's way different.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, anyways, with like fashion, rapping, or comedians, anything that's in the industry, this is really not the city. You have to network. You have to reach out. You have to get your name known because, okay, yes, I'm a stylist, but if I don't send these people emails, if I don't reach out to them, how can they know who I am or what I do?
And the funny thing about that is that people say this is not the city. DC's 45 minutes down the pike, and it does everything Baltimore.
It's a different culture.
It's a different culture.
Is.
Like, the blacks in that city are tight. Like, the professional ones, they party together, they network together, they collaborate together.
But they're not as much dog eat dog as we are.
True.
I just think that Baltimore as a whole, we need to get more, like, we have to have more togetherness. Bring the community together.
I would though.
We used to have a lot of networking events. What happened?
Networking events, but I don't feel like the grind of pulling teeth would kill me. Like to get them to come, because you got those ones who I feel like should be in the rooms because you already at a certain level. You should be inspiring everybody else.
You should inspire others. That's my problem. When you get into these positions, you have to teach your people how to get out of the same thing you did. Like, that's what it's all about us being a team and putting on for the black culture. How do you make it and leave your people behind? Right. That's why when I make it to where I am, I promise I will talk about, you know, how I got to where I am today, how consistent I was, you know, my connects, my photographers, my makeup artists. I want to be able to put my city on the map.
Yeah. We have an example of like them working out. I see this a lot, like with them up and coming rappers and the clothing lines in the city.
Absolutely.
They collaborate around, whether it's Gang, whether it's LRR, whether it's Huey Brand, where all these rappers come out. What's the other one? Street Runners.
Okay.
They do a lot together. So that's a leading example because as they blow up, the brands blow up.
Absolutely.
And that happens. So that's an example that we should be following. It's like, yo, it can happen. It's like, those two are like, they're like, yo, we both trying to get to a certain level. You promote mine for free. I'm promoting you for free.
Exactly. That's what it's about, everything. And that's what I'm saying. You know, with this business, of course, you know, I'm not making $1 trillion. You get what I'm saying? But I just want to make this example. So I had a guy in Silver Spring tell me that he wanted me to come to his photo shoot. And this is a testimony. I went there. I had $10.
Somebody get the collection plate real quick.
Stop playing. So I had $10 and I was trusting God and I was praying. I was telling him, like, you know, God, work it out. I know you're going to work it out. How, you know, can I benefit from this situation? I'm leaving it to your hands. I prayed all the way there. $10. I put my last $10 in my tank to get there. After the photo shoot, the guy pulled me to the side and was like, I just want to show you your appreciation. I want to let you know that I appreciate you. He didn't know my story. He didn't understand. He didn't know anything. So I'm saying that to say you have to put your faith in God. If you want something, you have to go for it. It's not going to fall out of the sky. You have to stay down. Like, period. Everything that I do, I don't get an income for, but guess what? It's making a pathway so that I can walk into my purpose and achieve the goals that I have, that I want for myself. I just refuse to be another statistic of Baltimore City. I refuse. I'm 25. I have a daughter who is 3 years old that's looking up to me. I want my name in lights. Like, as a young girl growing up, I always was into fashion. Like, Devil Wears Prada, that was one of my favorite movies.
I love that movie.
Like, yes, I love that movie.
The shits.
She did.
The shit.
I love that movie.
And she was a terrible person, but she played the shit out that role.
And then, like, you know, just getting up, dressing out, going to all the parties and meeting people. And it's just like, I know how to dress. People always ask me where I get my things from. How about I make a hobby out of this? You get what I'm saying?
Get your face out of here, boy.
We ain't ignoring y'all on the
Yeah, we're not ignoring y'all. I'm sorry.
To segue into like more like that starts talking about business, let's talk about the success of the Black Panther. Let's talk about how they made worldwide the opening weekend $400 million.
And then turned around the second weekend and killed it again.
Yeah. So they've broken records that have been long standing since the 90s. They beat Jurassic Park.
That just shows like how, like, the black dollar, how much power we have within our dollar.
Absolutely.
It was because we've had black casts before. Like it's been leading up. This has been happening. Like more and more black collaborations, more people in largely black casts. But you know they always had the I don't want to call it token.
We were portrayed so positively in this movie.
Right.
Yes, and it's like I can't think of any black superhero movies. Like, I think this is the first one.
I mean, other than Hancock, but
somebody tried to play and say that Halle Berry's Catwoman was a hero. But Twitter was not here for it. They was like, that movie was all about sexism and her being in that level.
And she's not even all the way black, so she don't count. Say no.
Oh my god. No, but like the success of the movie shows that the Black dollar has been powerful, which I've been saying for years, that $1.3 trillion, like we could be out, if we were a country, we would be the 7th largest in the world. Like America needs us, seriously.
Right.
But if I wish the studio, everything was black, but the studio, I wish the studio was black, because this one movie could have given financing for a plethora of other black movies. Instead,
that's true.
A white studio, which is already rich, profits off of it, will get the revenues and the residuals for years and years and years. And the black cast, yes, they got well paid, but
and they're gonna get a lot of new.
That's what I was about to say. I think this has definitely opened up a lot of doors for them. You know, for the black culture, it's going to open up many more doors for many more movies to be made.
But when it changed, though, Lupita did an interview talking about. She was like, before this movie, she was working for people. She was like, those people in those studios, they didn't see me. They didn't make roles for me. She says even 12 Years a Slave was about me being oppressed in the present point in time. Like, they only, and think about that, we only get Oscars for these very dark and depressing movies.
Man, look at what Halle Berry got. Like, that was...
Even more, the only positive one in some sense was Jamie Foxx Ray, because that was a real life story. You really couldn't lie about it.
Yeah.
Like Ray Charles
that
did
was
drugs.
Definitely that was definitely a good movie.
Yeah. But the Precious thing was written, to this day, I can tell you, I've never seen it, because even the previews were so disturbing to me. I was like, I can't see that. I can't have that in my spirit. It's just not good.
I watched it once.
I watched Ray,
and the book is so much worse.
3 or 4 times. Like, my mother really likes that movie. I mean, it was touching.
Come on, Precious or Ray?
Oh, wait a minute.
With Precious.
Oh,
how many times?
I was still on Ray. Precious.
I love that.
I've seen her probably once, twice.
I've only seen 12 Years a Slave once. It was enough for me.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Like I'm so sick of the slave movie. But the point is that we draw, but this isn't new. Denzel has been drawing for years.
Yes.
Will Smith has been drawing for years.
So they had to create another,
platform.
Yeah, for this upcoming generation.
Talking about black studios. Tyler Perry has had the studio for, it has to be 8 years now.
But did you hear that he said that he played a part in the movie?
The studio. he offered the studio. What I mean, he's had the studios. So, time to step it up. Get a production company.
Right.
Like, you need, the Black Panther should have been your production.
I'm tired of Tyler Perry movies, though.
I'm not going to say I'm tired of them. I think
it's using studio.
I'm talking using the studio to broaden the platform.
Yeah, as long as he kept his foot out of it.
Alone could fund the damn studio, Like, come on, get the money.
Well, let's not talk about Oprah. That's my girl. Leave her out of it.
She is not without flaw.
I'm not saying that she's not right. No one is without flaw.
But not just her. I'm talking about, because I think a couple of years ago, Will and Jada, Beyonce and Jay-Z did something. It was a good success.
I think Beyonce, Jay-Z should come up with a studio.
They all should come up, and I'm not saying it's their responsibility solely to fund the culture. What I'm saying is, if you lead by example, you can be the funding for other people. They be like, you know what, Jay-Z and them did it with $10 million. Let me do this bootstrap and try to find a film. There are plenty of films that get made for $100,000 that go on to win Oscars. They go on to win, like, it's not about the size of the budget, but you have to show people that, if this young black filmmaker makes an indie movie, he's not going to have to kiss the white man's ass.
Right.
He can go to these black studios and be like, you know what, we're going to take you to all this other stuff because your stuff is good. The white man don't want it. Fuck it. We going to do it anyway.
Right.
Come on, like that's what I mean. Like Black Panther could be so much bigger if it was a black studio making all of it.
But they still did a good job for what they worked with.
You gotta see it, Jamal. You gotta see it.
I'm gonna say it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it with a packed theater. I want to see it.
Like, and I was dead tired when I went to the theater.
It was a really, really good movie. Like, usually when I go to the movies, I have a habit of maybe falling asleep, missing about 5 or 10 minutes.
Me too.
But this one, I swear, I was so focused, and I was so into it. I couldn't go to sleep. It was that interesting. It really was a good movie.
How did you like the fashion that they put into the movie? That's your forte.
My sister, she's dressed a little different than everybody else.
I'm not going to speak on that because if I had, anything to do with that,
no, I mean from a cultural reference, because they drew a lot from our culture.
Well, I think that they did pretty. I think that they did pretty good, for as from the tribes. It was good. It was a a really great movie. Like, I think that they really put on for the black culture.
Fitting for Black History Month.
And if you see it, like the undertones, like a lot of what you're saying now, if you see the movie, you will understand like where they were trying to go with it.
Yeah.
Well, wait a
minute. You can't even speak on the movie because you haven't even seen it.
Yeah, I don't want to tell them too much.
Let's dead this conversation because you can't even have an opinion.
No, I've seen the previews. Any movie I would see, I've seen the previews. I read the plots. I know the concept of it.
Do you? Because there's a lot of stuff they slid in there.
I mean, how can you know the concept if you haven't?
Like they slid a lot of stuff in there.
You can read the concept.
You have to see it.
They slid stuff in there. You got to see it for yourself.
I'm gonna slip something. So we'll transition to celebrity news. It was
celebrity penises.
It was a
celebrity. Oh my god!
It was a week of leaks, weekend leaks up in here. It started off with Black China's whack head.
Oh,
and then it ended with Safaree's apparent curved penis.
No, it didn't end there. It ended with NBA YoungBoy's girlfriend.
Yes, it was a week of leaked videos.
Yeah, it really was. It definitely was the leak for videos.
So which one? Let's start with Black China.
Yeah.
Was it, as Dom said, was it a case of a bad day at the office?
I definitely would like to say it was a bad day for the office. That was one of her off days.
I hope it was.
She wasn't on. She was off because she did it all wrong. I don't think she did it right.
But it's partially his fault too, because in that position,
I will say she has a nice arch, though. She has a nice. She has a nice arch.
All the fake ass and everything.
Yeah.
She's a very pretty girl.
She's pretty.
She's very pretty.
Her attitude makes her not pretty.
What's her attitude?
I don't know nothing about the girl.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So are you judging her because of the video? You can't say that her attitude is nasty.
I didn't like her before the way.
Okay, well, wow. So now this sounds kind of personal. So do you have a personal issue with Black China?
I have a public persona issue.
Okay, so let's talk.
Like that whole the drama with Rob, the whole
criminal
lawyer. Like for me, that's real drama. I feel like personal stuff should always.
Okay, well, what girl isn't drama? Please.
That's a couple. I would not.
Where?
And I know every girl in my life is not drama, whether it's friends or not. They're not drama. If you drama to somebody else, I don't consider you drama. You're not drama in my life. You're not drama. I don't consider you drama. You might be drama to somebody.
No. I'm not drama. I threw that away in the trash can.
Drama to somebody else.
She drama.
She drama. Period. This is my point. Like
publicly, she does portray a lot of drama.
China was drama before the Kardashian shit. Like, let's get that straight. Like, she was drama before that.
Okay, I didn't know her before then, so I'm not going to speak on it.
It's like, I don't know a person, but if you're a public figure, all I have is your public image.
Exactly.
And it's garbage.
Right. Well, that's true. Her public image is garbage. Okay. But I think people have time to change. She can change
she
her persona. She can change the way she is viewed.
The immature ass I was at 21, thank God I'm not him at 30. Like,
I mean, that's true. That's what I'm saying. She has to grow and get to that point.
She does.
She feels as though she doesn't have to do that anymore. That is a great point. She has a child, a young daughter at that, who's looking up to her. So I'm not going to speak on that because I have done things in my life and it wasn't the best choice, but I will say this, that people have room to grow.
That's not just limited to the women, though, because Safaree's leaked news, whether it's him or somebody else, whether it's women or men, nudes leaked.
I want to know who he sent that to.
Okay, honestly, I don't like pictures. Like, if I'm dating a guy, please do not send me a picture of your penis. It's a turn off. It's gay. Like, is it gay? No, it's gay. I think that is not manly. That's
to have a dick.
Why are you sending me dick pictures? I don't want to see it.
Is it gay to
leave that to me when we are in the bedroom. Like, I don't want dick pictures.
So what if you get to the bedroom and it's real little?
Gay is the right word.
I'm not going to say gay, but
I think having little dicks is gay. If you got a little dick, you should.
I don't think that's manly. I don't think a man should take his phone and a selfie. I just don't think that's appropriate. It's not. It's a code. Like, isn't it a code that we have for men and women? Like, do not break this code.
First of all, the code keeps changing. Y'all keep making this go.
Well, my code is you send me dick pictures, you're gonna be blocked. Cause
my code is if you don't send me nudes, you're gonna be blocked. I'm like, Girls on this whole, I don't send nudes.
I don't send nudes.
You block.
I'm sorry.
You blocking you. I'm not doing with this child.
Why do I need to send
I
nudes
can't say
again?
that I never had.
Well, you have a husband, so this is a different conversation. You can send your nudes.
No, I don't care because some clown leaked your news.
You take your own when you get here.
No. Because then I don't trust you to take your
I'm
own.
not gonna send it to you. You take your own.
Nope.
Oh, that's what they
Nope.
say.
I don't say that
never
shit.
heard that.
No.
You're
You gonna get whatever the fuck I send you from this phone.
I'm not gonna say that I haven't sent nudes before. I maybe have sent a picture.
I didn't want you to get
I'm not gonna say that I haven't, but I haven't took a complete picture like nude. But I have took a picture in like my bra, my underwears.
Oh, well, that's
but
not a
I haven't-
nude.
Yeah, I haven't sent like a complete nude. These niggas are they're not that
No,
trustworthy. Sorry.
let me clear this right now.
No face, no
if
case.
you are,
Get the
Yes,
picture of
guys
yourself.
are not trustworthy. They want to show their friends. They want to pick.
No, I want to kill
Oh,
this
so are
right
you
now.
are you hitting off? Are you giving me a hint?
No, yo, I hate this, Don, because they do this all the time. If you are dating a dude that you feel is not trustworthy enough for you to send him a nude, why are you with him in the first
Okay,
place?
that's
sis?
not the point.
Why
no,
you with him?
No, absolutely not, because that's not the case. You can trust the guy. You
No, there's
you
no
can
half-ass trust. You even
you
trust
can
me
trust the
completely,
guy
or you don't
and put
trust
your
me at
all
all.
into
That's
him.
why you don't put your
Send him
face
a
in the
nude.
picture. No
And
face, no case.
Send it to his friends. You know that guys are like the girls these days.
No.
That's
They
true.
talk-
we not.
they
That's
talk-
true.
Matter of fact,
No,
they
that's
talk
true.
worse.
Stop that.
They talk worse.
That's
I want
true.
you to Stop this.
That's what they- no.
Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing
On
too
the
much.
half of all the dudes, like real dudes who get real ass, we don't have to brag to our homeboys.
Well, no,
And this
I
is-
don't agree because I've said I have
Well,
a
that's-
lot of male friends.
Okay.
Clown.
So why all these celebrities brag then?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Now,
No,
listen.
because
Here's
that's
what I'm
every
trying to.
man. Y'all
Here's
have
the
this
difference. No.
monstrous
I'm pretty
ego.
sure they get more
you know,
ass
if-
than both of y'all
I
combined.
proved to you the other day when I showed you my. I said the list is for me.
But you should
Okay,
show me
chat.
that list though.
Listen.
Men like to brag.
Listen. That's different.
You
okay.
had emojis
Here's-
next to them names.
Yo, Jay, look, they think that they know, but they don't know. So I'm gonna give y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a little peek.
Okay.
If men bragging on something is not something that they care about like that, the stuff, the woman that we care about, we not showing her to our niggas. Now, just like some girl we just hit, we don't give a fuck about.
Right.
Yeah, that's
When y'all
different.
take them out
That's
to dinner
different, though.
pictures with the niggas you really don't like and all his hand is in the video. That's what we feel about the girl who's in there. Like, let's make that
Okay, I do see that a lot. You know that you sitting over here, he's sitting over there.
All you see is
like
the
the
hand and
head.
watch.
All you see
Yeah, that's
is
like-
his hat, his cat. You know.
What's up with that?
Because that's the nigga they use when they all the other niggas. they
No,
really want
it's people are just way too
So
nosy.
you did that before?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
because girls are like, and it's nothing like.
And this was so dumb about that. It makes people ask more questions.
Yeah. And it makes dudes not want to take you out on dates. Now I'm just a photoshopping your fucking thing. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
see,
I've
I don't
never done
even
that
really-
before.
I don't even really like to see. Like, I like pictures of myself more than I like pictures
we
of
hate that.
anybody else.
I was just on your Instagram. You're right.
What you take the
Well, yeah, I'm by myself.
Lies.
I'm by myself.
So what about them people? And I just got through looking at somebody's page like this. I hope they don't feel no type of way. The people that like say like they in Mexico or they in Jamaica somewhere, and it's just all pictures of just them.
Oh, and
Where's
they
that
gonna-
other person?
They the
at?
camera-
And why do they want to show?
cameraman.
Why do they want to show the other person?
They're the camera person.
Why do they want to show the other person?
Because they don't want people to know they're on a
Number one,
vacation.
They don't know that number one, they don't want anyone to know that they're there with them.
Okay.
Or
First of all,
number
they
two,
shame.
they might have another situation.
Okay.
Or number three, social media is so nosy. It opens up doors. You can pretty easily put two and two together. Oh, okay, well, he's
Yeah.
here. Oh, she's there too. Oh my God, they together.
No,
And nobody wants no one coming to them as a man or woman.
No, stop.
What you
Like-
mean?
As somebody.
Like, oh, I see you with so and so at Jamaica, but guess what? I was just with them last week, so
But social media is
wow.
what you put into it.
I'm just coming to you as a woman.
So no, please don't
You know
come to
that
me as
woman
a
to
woman.
woman
I'm
shit?
over those days.
No.
That happened to you before?
I did, and I
happened to me before.
No, I
You did the woman to woman
No,
phone?
no.
It happened to me
Well,
before.
yes, I have. I have done the woman to woman, and I was the woman that
Like, God damn it.
I've been on both sides of the fence.
I never been on.
Have you done the woman call?
One has called me.
But have you made the call also?
No, I don't never care that much.
Have you made that call?
I'm a grown ass
men don't
man.
make that call. But
Yes, they did.
I take that back.
Let's take that back. Please
I take
don't
that
say
back.
that.
I have
Oh,
never
okay.
made the call.
I've never
But
made
I
the
have
call.
received
See,
the call.
so they do it.
I have received the call, but that's crazy. Just to me,
This is my position on it. Is any girl, if I'm big on instincts, my vibes are everything. I'm insecure. So if any girl ever gave me the slightest tingling that some shit is not right, we done.
Spidey senses.
We is done.
not me.
You know why? Because
Not
it's
me.
so rare that
Even if you're just dating.
God hasn't blessed me with that discernment
what I'm
yet. I
saying,
can't
like-
meet somebody and be like, okay, this is
No,
not.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm so in tune with myself. Like
how quick do you get there to that point?
to read I can read somebody like anybody. So I tell you, I can read motherfuckers like I've never met.
It's true.
I can read a motherfucker I've never
He's very
met.
on point.
Yeah, I'm talking about you dating somebody for a little while, and then
I know,
stuff
like,
starts
I can
to not
feel- I
add
can feel
up.
a
You
vibe
cut her
on-
off on vibe alone.
Off on vibes. Off on vibes.
That's
Well,
like
see, sometimes these days you can't read vibes. It's so much fake.
No.
It's so much fake. You don't know what's real. You don't know what's genuine.
I'm making it about them. I'm talking
I'm not
about
making
my
about
vibe.
okay.
My vibe.
When you're dealing with someone, you need to be able to connect on their vibe.
My
So what
vibe
I'm
is connected. When
I
I,
mean-
feel disconnected,
Like Wi-Fi.
now you playing jokes.
Like Wi-Fi.
My vibe, what I'm saying is, it's like, yo, if we vibe and we into it, like 6 months into it, and something shifts just
like
randomly. Like no something is
coming or
off.
something like that.
No,
I don't know. I just think that it's hard to read people's lines, like especially in this
It's
day and age with this
not.
generation.
That's
It's
how
just
I've
like you don't
avoided
know.
toxic relationships.
You don't know what's real. These guys, they want to play games. You know, I'm a pretty girl, or you're a great guy. You got a business. You know, it's just people aren't genuine because I'm a girl. It's just like people
that
want to
the
have.
city?
Yes, this is city. What's the problem?
You went to Poly?
Poly?
No.
It was about to be a city poly beef.
Yes, it
man.
was.
Oh, no,
It
I
definitely
went-
was going to be a beef.
I
You
went to
know,
Evanston.
city
I
nights
did not go
forever.
to Poly. I went to Evanston.
Oh, okay.
I know people are fake. I know they can fake. What I'm saying is, people make it too much about them and less about them. Too much about the other person, less about
Okay.
them. When you talked about that whole discernment. Like the reason I have so much confidence in my vibe is I know me. Like my vibe just doesn't randomly go off. Every girl doesn't make me feel insecure, so I don't have to a knee-jerk reaction. So when something's off, so I can trust that because every girl, like majority of the girls I've dealt with, we ended, but they didn't give me vibes.
Have you always had that instinct, or something you developed
That's
with
something I
age?
developed as I got older, as I learned myself more. It wasn't something I didn't wake up all endowed. The shit happens as you got older.
Yeah, because I know when I was younger, like my instincts were all off. I think it's more so because I was more focused on myself and doing what I wanted to do, and I was going out all the time, and I was
Right.
working all the time,
Yeah.
so I didn't have time to think like, oh, this
Some
ain't
Poly
right.
people saying middle fingers right back at you.
City forever, brothers to my night.
So that and sometimes like we want to talk about a networking thing. Sometimes I want to get us in a.
Let's do one. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm all for it.
I just want to have a discussion about
Okay.
what is up with the vibes? Why are our relationships so fucked up?
Oh my God,
Like, and honestly, like, let's lay everything bare. No lying, no perpetrating, no Instagram, no Snapchat. Nobody needs to know what leaves this room.
Okay.
We don't outside of our
how we
situations. Like that's two of the big issues.
Right, and it's so
Nobody want to look fucking dumb. Nobody want to be
And
vulnerable.
another thing, people have to get off of this high horse. Calm down. Nobody is better than anybody else. We are all on the same level. Like,
not like them times. There's girls who currently are on their Instagram. They 5 tax brands.
okay, what does that matter? Because you have $1,000 on Instagram and then you don't have $1 in your pocket. So,
you preaching to the choir. That's what I be telling them.
You can cash your Instagram bucks.
okay.
I wonder if Instagram sends
Well,
us
when
a
am I going to
W2
get paid for posting my posts?
Like,
well,
for
when is
real.
somebody going to cut the check for me?
I feel like if we all had real, raw, soul-bearing conversations, we would honestly understand each other.
It just comes from being damaged. That's it. We're damaged. We're
We all
damaged people.
damaged, but that doesn't mean I inflict my damage on you.
So why do you think that it's often that people in other cities can communicate with each other as a whole than Baltimore.
The grass is always green on the other.
Not just that.
Because in this city, you gotta worry about walking down the street and getting jumped by a bunch of 10-year-olds and shit. You can't trust nobody.
The city is it is a city of neighborhoods,
And we have a lot of great people here. We have a lot of great MUAs, a lot of great hairstylists, a lot of great
but people are
clothing
in
brands.
each other's business too much.
Basically.
There's a lot of, as someone who I love privacy, people talk too damn much. People are into, and not just professionally, people so much in each other's personal business that we can't get to the professional shit because you letting the personal shit get in.
And that's part of the reason why we don't trust each other.
Exactly.
Right, because,
But and then it's like, you know, creating those relationships. You kind of want to have a personal relationship with someone and a business.
I don't agree. Some of my best business relationships are with people I don't know personally. And by that I mean I know of you, but we don't have history. That's not a long-standing thing. Like some of the best people I've done consulting things with was people I knew just randomly around parties and just saying hi. But we don't interact.
But I'm saying you are able to connect with them on a personal level, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
That's the point that I'm making.
Yeah.
You have to make, two different relationships. You have to create a business relationship and a personal relationship so that you can grow.
The best business partners are not always people you know. But I want to say
that's the biggest mistake I made is going into
now
business
that is true. You have to venture off and meet different people. You know, especially family, friends, the ones that you think are behind you and support you the most. You know, you have to go out and just venture, like networking events. One thing that has helped me in this process, you know, I Google on Eventbrite networking events, and I try to pop in, take my business cards, or send the boutiques emails. Like, that's just what you have to do to get the way you have to go. Like, you know,
some people gonna say yes, some people gonna say no,
and that's fine. That's I had a problem with it in the beginning when I first started off. Like, everybody's telling me no, and that's when I was getting the self-doubt, and then that's when I had to shake out of it. Like, they said no, but it's 1,000 other people that can say yes.
Yep.
There's plenty of network. Like, there's one I missed over the weekend. Like, 90QQ had this Nipsey Hussle listening party, which was open to the public. Which I figured probably there was a good chance to network with people. Those are the type of things that you should go because, I mean, just us in general, because they're diverse people. Like, it was the rappers in there, it was the radio host, it was the PR people, it was the, you know, makeup artists, it was the managers and all that. Those connections that people need to, one connection could change your whole business stratosphere.
Absolutely.
Because people be looking for multiple connections. Sometimes you just need that one person. Like sometimes long-term collaborations, and I always think of this like, JT and Timberlake are a good collaboration, not the last album though. Like JT's first 3 or 4 albums, Timberlake produced it all,
right? And
some of their best work was together like that way. And so sometimes you just need one person where y'all can vibe and like. And here's the thing that I want people to do: it is okay to build professional networks of friends that don't include people you grew up with.
Absolutely.
You gotta I think
you gotta
sometimes
venture off.
People don't want to be in they don't want to be in a room with people who have more money than them because it makes them feel inferior. That should be motivation.
Motivation, definitely.
It should be motivation, especially if those people are not making you feel like. I've been in a room now that I'm in banking. Like, you would be surprised the black people with power and money who come in the room and talk to me like we on the same level, and I'd be starstruck, and they be like, "No."
I tell people all the time, like, if you feel like you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get out that room.
Bro, all the time, that is sometimes being in a room of people who excel better than you is the best lesson ever. It's the best business school. Damn, like the MBAs. Like sometimes those are the best business schools. Being in the room with people who are where you want to be, who have more than you, not just materially but intellectually. They have
knowledge than you that can teach you things. That's where you have to be around people that you can learn from. Another thing with being in the business and networking and things like that, you have to change your people, places, and things. Everybody can't go with you where you're going. I had to learn this. I had to learn the negative energy. I have to protect my peace. You know, I want positive energy around me and positive people that can put a positive impact on my life, that can keep me focused. Honestly, somebody told me something so serious the other day. It stuck with me. He's a basketball player, and he was telling me, that he doesn't have conversations unless it's about basketball. And I felt him on a spiritual level. I don't have anything to talk about. If you don't have anything, if you're not trying to help me with a shoot, if you aren't trying to reach out to me about styling, it's nothing for us to talk about.
Yep. Some people want to have conversations about other people.
Mm-hmm.
No, stop you there.
Then they start saying, "Oh, you acting brand new." They act like they forgot what he came. No, I'm just.
If they were your real friend, they will let you venture off and do what you need to do.
No, but people are afraid of you leaving them behind.
If they were your real friend, they would be okay with
people are definitely scared of you leaving them behind. That is. Can I get a high five?
Yeah,
you touched that one on the nose.
They're afraid of you leaving them behind. It's like, because like y'all grew up in the same place, and why didn't they excel in the same ways? And I don't.
Which is what I go back to what I said earlier. Everybody has the same 24 hours. What you choose to do with yours is your business. What I choose to do with mine, because I'm gonna get it.
But that goes into upbringing. I will say this, and God rest my grandmother. Like my grandmother and my mothers and my aunts, they instilled in me self-confidence.
Absolutely.
It was based off nothing. It wasn't based off women. It wasn't based off money. It wasn't based off material, because we didn't have anything.
Right.
My grandmother always told me, she was like, "Yo, you gonna be something special. You got a bright future." So when I got older, instead of running in the street, mostly like everything I was chasing was intellect, because my grandma told me I had to be a great mind. It was that type of thing. So I often feel like sometimes we neglect like the upbringing and that mentality we have to break. That's why I have to tell my daughter all the time that I love her and she's smart and all. If she's 2, she doesn't know what it is, but I want to instill into her now that no one else can break that security, because we've been broken by the community. We've been broken by the circumstance. And poverty, that bitch can break you. If you let it
Definitely. It's a hard time out here. It's definitely struggles. I'm not going to make it seem like I'm on my high horse and everything is great. I've been through the struggle. I know what it is to have $1 in my pocket and my daughter is asking, for me to get her something to eat. I feel the struggle. But that is motivation to never get to that place again.
Yeah. What you got, Rox?
No, I agree.
That's definitely motivation. Like when you've been there and you've done those things and you've seen it with your own eyes, it's different.
But some people, instead of using it as motivation, they use it as motivation to take from somebody else instead of building their own.
Exactly.
In this city, especially.
It is. It's a dog eat dog world.
Tom, how much time we got? 5.
Before our 5 minutes, I think we should use it to tell us about what you're working on.
Okay, so I'm working with a very established public figure from Baltimore. Her name is King Caitlin. We have definitely a lot of shoots coming up. We have a shoot in New York on Saturday. I will be in March the 10th.
Shout out to Philly. I love Philly.
In April, I'll be in Atlanta. So I'm definitely making some moves. I'm trying to, network with different photographers, different makeup artists. But you always keep saying my name in lights. Keep saying my name with me styling. King Caitlin is one of my clients that's definitely about to take off.
Okay, when are you going to Atlanta?
I'm going in April.
Okay, I got some people down there you probably should connect with.
Definitely.
Look at that networking just coming on.
Yes, I love it. Love that energy.
You feel a positive vibes.
Yes,
positive vibes. with and Roxy offered that with no prompt, no
anything.
You're
not looking for anything in return, and that's another thing that I have a problem. I look for something in return, and I try. With me being a pretty woman, yet again, I'm going to speak on that. It's my place to put these people into their place. I don't want them to come at me in a different level because I'm a pretty woman. No, I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to remain a lady. Yes, I will conduct business, but anything other than if you reach out to me, if you want to